I've seen a flying saucer.
You've seen one?
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
To cover up our mistakes.
I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot.
Join us for a journey into the obscure.
You are now listening to The Wow Pod.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. All right. So,
Another week in coronavirus world.
yeah, I don't want to talk at all about any of that.
It's another week.
I don't like it.
They all seem the same as the week before. And Florida man's not been doing much. I mean, there's a little bit of action down in Florida.
A little bit. I got a quick news story from Florida real quick.
Florida's quarantined. We expected more from you during these crazy times, but apparently you misbehave the most during times of calm.
That or not as many people's out and about to
notice them,
to catch it on video.
Okay, that could be it. Yeah, Florida man.
So I'll do it real quick. In the news, I'm going to take us to Disney World.
Disney World, poor Disney World. You know that I was at Disney World.
Never been.
I was at Disney World in August. Now, I delivered in October, so I was really pregnant.
I remember those pictures.
And I appeared as though I was one of the new characters.
No, you appeared as though you were on the verge of dying.
I was swollen to a whole new shape that wasn't even human-like because the humidity there is just dreadful. So in California, you get the heat. In Florida, you get the added bonus. It was like 100 degrees and 100% humidity that day.
Yeah.
It was 100% magical in its own way.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Disney World one time. We'll see if it ever opens back up.
That's right.
So, middle of March, Disney World closed, but an Alabama man.
An Alabama?
He got arrested.
Okay.
In Disney World.
After the park had closed?
Yes.
How did he get in?
Well, sounds like he probably just hopped the gate. Went into
those are some pretty serious gates.
Well,
I mean, if you can get in that easy, we could go to Disney World.
Yeah, but who's going to run the ride? I'm not certified to push the button and give you a warning label. He's a 42-year-old, and he went to Discovery Island, which I guess the history on Discovery Island is it was like a zoo island. So it's an abandoned island, but it was.
They've got a little boat that kind of tugs around the island.
Yeah, it's an 11-acre island opened in 1974. It became a zoo featuring 130 species of animals. Most of them are birds, but the park also has Galapagos tortoises, ring-tailed lemurs, and that's it.
So the park still has that stuff? Or did they relocate those animals?
Yeah, it says has. And maybe they've got someone there feeding them. Maybe this guy was the feeder. Or maybe they pulled him out. Maybe he just found himself a little personal petting zoo. But, oh boy, jumped the fence. They're not giving his name.
So is he camping? Did he take camping gear there?
They don't say whether he took camping gear there, but he set up camp. He set up, and he might, maybe they have restroom facilities. Maybe he's living in the facilities there.
Okay, so if I remember Discovery Island, it is heavily vegetated.
Uh-huh.
There's a boat that kind of ferries you back and forth. There's a bunch of like bridges and like a play area for the kids. It's pretty unique because it's got all these drawbridges between it and these treehouse things that the kids can play in. I mean, if I were to choose a place to camp, I agree. I think that would be it.
Man, this guy.
He's living his best life.
Yeah. He probably went there like, years ago. He's, as a kid, went there,
It's
saw it,
like, oh yeah, I
dreamed
want to live
about
here
it.
one day.
And then he heard on the news,
They
Disney
closed it.
World closed.
Now's my chance, Martha.
And he hopped in the minivan.
Oh, what is he eating? Because what people don't realize is,
Lemurs taste bad.
well, no,
Not a lot of meat.
That may be true as well. But from Discovery Island,
Those big tortoises are heavy.
To the front of the park, that is a long ass ways. It is like, got to stop for a rest kind of walk. So where's he getting supplies from? How long has he been there? Have they interviewed him? Does he have his wife and kids there? I want to know how this guy, how he's living his best life.
Maybe it's like, what's that show where the guy was stranded on the island, had Wilson Ball?
Yeah.
Pretty soon he's
Tom
out there.
Hanks.
Yeah.
What was it? Castaway or whatever?
Yeah, and he's out there, living in the wilderness.
He's got a lemur as
fishing
a friend.
in the pond.
Yeah, there's probably fish. Interesting.
Wonder, here's a question.
How did he get caught? Like, one of the people went there to feed the tortoise and was like, hey, I didn't know they were sending somebody else over.
Disney security spotted him camping on the island. It's been closed since 1999.
Oh, so the island is actually closed.
Yeah. And then, so the sheriff's county brought in, or the county sheriffs brought in helicopters and boats and run him to ground.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's only getting charged with misdemeanor trespassing.
It was worth it, dude.
And he's not allowed back on Disney properties.
Ever?
I'm wondering if he was a homeless man.
Hey, let me tell you, that's a hell of a story to pass on to your kids.
Well, and he's 48. I mean, what's the draw to go back to Disney again?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time. What you got for us?
Okay, so mine comes from the Mercury News, and I just thought it was funny because I'm a gardener. I like to garden. And the headline reads, Queen's Brian May injures...
Not Queen's the city.
No. Queen he's the guitarist for the band Queen.
Yes.
So Queen's Brian May injures buttocks with over-enthusiastic gardening. And I was like, what? Who decided that? So, okay, it's funny to me because it made the news first. Like, he hurt his butt. Like,
yeah, who's the asshole nurse or doctor who called up, the news and said,
do we have nothing else to cover? Anyway, so
I'm happy. Let's not talk about Trump talking to and people bad lipping each other on the news.
So then as I read through it, it was his quote that the enthusiastic gardening comes from. He says, and I quote, I managed to rip my gluteus maximus to shreds in a moment of over-enthusiastic gardening. So my mind starts to wander. What are you doing in the garden? Am I gardening wrong? There is nothing I do in the garden that could shred my gluteus maximus. Now I did tear my rotator cuff gardening.
See?
So I suppose it is possible, but that was when I pulled the hose really hard and it was stuck under the fence and I yarded it really hard because I was mad, and then it tore my rotator cuff. But he found himself in the hospital to do a scan to find out how much damage had been done, and then posted it on Instagram.
Yeah, apparently he's an avid Instagrammer. Now I've yet to Instagram. I don't. Is that where you just put up pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're a gardener, that'd be a good.
Yeah. So he didn't reveal what he was doing over enthusiastically, But it appears he has done some significant damage. He's quoted as saying, "Turns out I did a thorough job. I won't be able to walk for a while or sleep without a lot of assistance because the pain is relentless." Dude, I must know. I must know.
Yeah, he doesn't say in
What?
here.
What exactly?
Well, let's
I mean,
let's speculate.
did you fall on a fence post?
Would it have been a squatting thing? Like maybe he was planting petunias.
Yeah, but a squat wouldn't tear your gluteus.
If you squat up and down a lot.
Like vigorously?
Vigorously.
Perhaps he was doing like the burpee jump.
Yeah, but a burpee plant, like down, trudge in a little hole, stand up, grab the petunia, down, put the petunia in, stand up, grab some more dirt. I don't know. Whatever you do when you garden.
Yeah. Anyway, over enthusiastic gardening. I have a new appreciation because now there's another human who has been severely injured from gardening.
Well, I have to say I like Queen there, and Brian May.
Yeah, he was the guitarist for We Are the Champions.
Yep.
He's kind of a badass.
Yeah, well, and they've done a lot of Queen had so many awesome songs.
Yeah, poor guy.
Really are one of the most prolific bands ever.